Shalom Aleichem, blessed souls. This is Don Matook, the blessed son of Noah R.W. We're continuing our series based on a book by Rabbi Yitzchak Ginburgh of Kfar Chabad, Israel, Eretz Israel, the land of milk and honey. Just talked about in yesterday's portion, Parshas Bo, and is the sixth Lubavitcher Rebbe wrote about the land of Israel, the land of milk, of honey, flowing with milk and honey, the land of meditation. So let's meditate a little bit about matters of faith, Rabbi Ginsburg's book. Ron, please take it away. R.W., please take it away.
Okay.
Maybe this may seem
like a strange question to ask. For why would anyone be committed to perform God's commandments if he or she does not believe in Him? However, it may seem less puzzling if we consider that there are many situations in life when a person loses conscious faith in the Almighty, yet continues to follow Torah commandments, foregoing the question of faith to a later time.
It's a very important point that Rabbi Ginsburgh brings out here. We do see throughout history the Israelite people that at times the prophets chastised them because they were trying to fulfill the mitzvahs not with that faith-induced motivating factor, but rather as dry, antiquated statutes. So the question is, what is that energizing factor of faith? Again, faith in Hebrew is called emunah. But what is emunah in its root? Well, the teachings of Chassidus and the dimensions of Torah instruct us that faith, emunah, is actually an expression in its ultimate roots as an expression of chachma, wisdom, or sense or perception of profundity. So we all agree that faith is something very profound because it's beyond our reasoning. But then we go through the process, and primarily through our learning of Torah, whether it be the 613 commandments that we of Israel are commanded to keep, or the 7 Noahide commandments that all the blessed nations of the world are enjoined to keep. There also can be prayer experiences, which many people from all different faiths experience profound sense of beyond themselves. Or as from a psychological perspective, Dr. Robert Lifton talks about this idea of experiential transcendence, living in the moment, which seems to be beyond the moment. Why people like sports, to get away from that type of day-to-day reality. Of course, there's acts of kindness where you can, the mere act of helping someone cross the street, the mere act of saying a good word and listening to your friend speak of their heartache, and by the end of the conversation you give them a new look on life. But here we're talking about from the perspective of not just that profundity, but the perception of the profundity, which sometimes gets lost in the process, and yet that person, whether it be someone of Israel, someone of the children of Noah, make the courageous effort to still try to do the commandments, which is very, very praiseworthy. One time, someone had approached the Lubavitcher Rebbe and said that, I'm losing my faith. So the Rebbe said to him, you're losing your faith, learn Chassidus. Because through the process of learning the inner dimensions of Torah and books like, say, Rav Ginsburgh, and a whole slew of other books that are now translated into so many languages, Russian, English, Spanish, Portuguese, of course English, and Hebrew from the Aramaic and Yiddish, that one can start to zone in on the perception of the faith, the perception of the profundity, and then activate left brain thinking through a process called meditation, also known as hisboenenuse, from the Torah, which the Rambam Maimonides cites in the second chapter, in the second teaching or halacha law, that how does a person gain a love and fear of the Almighty? With the process of contemplating on his deeds. Now, in the prophet Isaiah, Yeshayahu, it mentions here, he says to Israel, he proclaims to Israel, hear, O heavens and earth, hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Almighty has spoken. Children have I raised and exalted, but they have rebelled against me. An ox knows his owner, and a donkey his master's trough, but Israel does not know, my people do not comprehend. But that's in English, so we lose something in the translation. The word that is used is lo hisbonan. They did not meditate. They did not get into qualitative study into who I am as the creator of all the creation. And from there, unfortunately, the prophet laments that the nation has become sinful. They're way down in iniquity. They have evil offspring, destructive children. They have forsaken the Almighty. They have angered the Holy One of Israel and turned their back to Him. But what preceded that? My people did not comprehend. My people didn't meditate. So faith, again, is profundity. And even with that loss of perception momentarily of that profundity, we can still do the commandments. But it's hard. A little bit further?
Furthermore, it's common to find people that perform religious commandments for a variety of reasons other than the belief in God. It may be that they do this because of tradition. As children, they were raised with these practices. Because of collective cultural values, their society prescribes it. Or even just to alleviate social pressure. Their peers would not associate with them.
If they did not.
If they did not, exactly. Or without believing that God exists, or that He commanded them to perform these acts.
It's heavy stuff, because this cuts to the core issue of where is the faith if a person's doing it because other people are telling them. I mean, aside from the fact there was the initial transmission of the Most High to Adam and Methuselah and Chanoch, and then Noach, of course, and his sons, and then to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and then to Moses, you know, we have to ask ourselves, are we doing things as expression of our faith? Are we doing it because other people are doing it? Are we being copycats? Or are we doing it because we want to have a bona fide connection to the creator of all creation, who in His ultimate mercy is extending something of Elokus, godliness, divinity into the world through the physical realm that we are living in, of course. And then it becomes expression of our faith once again. In those actions, are we perceiving the profundity? Not just being aware of the profundity, philosophically and intellectually, but are we perceiving the profundity through a teaching of Torah? And of course, we can also perceive it through our prayers and good actions. So on this note, blessed human souls, we're going to conclude here very succinctly. Sababa, rejoice, ahava echad, one love, gorel echad, one destiny for the entire human family. Badarki no Badarki Shalom, in a pleasant and peaceful manner.